Nobody gets there where they should be with the least amount of stress without putting in hard work. Now, some people put in a lot of hard work and never really get there. Others get to a good spot, but can get there much easier with less stress. EOS is a great system for putting into place all the goals, visions, and dreams you have, and working with your team by implementing a leadership team that helps make your life easier, even if it's just you and one other person. Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to another episode of your 5-Minute Friday. Now, I want to talk a little bit about three little initials. Now, not GDK and not PDQ, but rather EOS. Now, you may never have heard of EOS, but if you were going to go to a group of entrepreneurial startups that were a year or two into work and ask them, what system or how are you doing this? They'd say EOS. Now, EOS is not a consulting firm. EOS is not software or SaaS. EOS is an idea. It's a program, if you will, of how an entrepreneurial venture gets launched in the most predictable, low-stress way possible. I've learned it, I've used it for orthopreneurs, and I continue to use it. And what it realizes at the end of the day, if you want to read the books, first of all, Traction or Rocket Fuel by Gino Wickman. Traction is with Mark Winters as Gino's co-writer. But you got to do Rocket Fuel and Traction and How to Be a Great Boss are some of the greatest books ever written to help you run your small business. And here's it in a nutshell. There's a few people that are going to run your organization for predictability, to develop where you want to be in a few years and work that backwards, just like if you were going on a long trip. If I want to get there in 3 years, where do I need to be in a year? If I want to be there in a year, what kind of metrics do I need to have to get me there to make sure I'm on the path in 6 months? And to get there in 6 months for these particular metrics, what are the boulders or the big problems I face, and who's going to help me deal with them? Now, in the organization, there's an integrator, there's an implementer, and there's a visionary. Now, the visionary is, as the name would imply, the person who comes up with a lot of the thoughts and how to do it. The integrator is trying to take those thoughts and help them run for the implementer, who's ultimately going to make sure they get done. Now, these are people we have in our practices and in our lives that can help us run more effective businesses. But remember, you've got to start with the end in mind, like Stephen Covey says. So you've got to look out and see, what do you really want your life to look like? Or in this case, your practice or business in 3 years. Now, you could say, in 3 years, I want to produce $2 million. I want to have 16 members. I want to have, I don't want to take work home with me. I want to X, Y, Z, whatever you want to add to your practice. Now, if you're going to be there in 3 years, maybe in a year from now, I need to be doing $1.5 million and have 14 members and X, Y, Z, whatever you want to do. And in order to get there in 6 months, I need to be doing $1 million or be on pace for $1 million. And you know where I'm going with this. And now, in order to do that, what are the boulders? Well, we've got to get a marketing campaign, both internal and external. What kind of boulders? Well, we're going to have to deal with the PTAs, or we're going to have to deal with local companies, or we're going to have to deal with the referring offices and internal marketing, and who's going to be in charge of that, and what systems are going to be created. Now, it sounds like a lot of work, and you know what? It is. Because nobody gets there where they should be with the least amount of stress without putting in hard work. Now, some people put in a lot of hard work and never really get there. Others get to a good spot, but can get there much easier with less stress. EOS is a great system for putting into place all the goals, visions, and dreams you have, and working with your team by implementing a leadership team that helps make your life easier, even if it's just you and one other person. So go check out Traction. Go check out Rocket Fuel, and definitely check out EOS, because you might find it's going to change your life. I hope this helped, and please, as always, if you like this podcast, please subscribe, like us, and tell your friends. It means the world to me. Wishing you a great day, and take care.